They used to call me Crazy Joe. Well, now they can call me Batman.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe, and if you watched the TV movie Star Trek Section 31 that recently aired on Paramount Plus in January, if you hated that film, if you've been online railing about it nonstop and complaining about how it has killed Star Trek and Star Trek is dead because of this movie, I have one question for you. Show me on the Spock Bear where the movie hurt you. Please, on the Spock Bear, show me where the film hurt you. I want to know. Where did this film hurt you? Show us on the bear. I'm doing this video because this has gotten ridiculous. Like, it's gotten absolutely ridiculous. They made a movie. It was supposed to be a TV series because of the busy schedule of Michelle Yeoh. After her Oscar win, it got turned into a one-off movie. This one-off movie aired on Paramount Plus about a month ago, and I've just been watching some of the biggest Star Trek whiners and complainers lose their shit over this movie that they did not like. Okay, you didn't like the movie. Big deal. Get over it. Grow up. I'm seeing some real childishness. I'm seeing people say, Star Trek is dead. This is the final nail in Star Trek's coffin. Really? Really? Because we got another season of Strange New Worlds coming up, the most popular Star Trek show on the air right now, the highest rated Star Trek show on Rotten Tomatoes. It's coming back for a third season. People love that show, and it's coming back, and it's already renewed for season 4. Doing well. Lower Decks just ended its run, successful 5th season. People really liked it. People are upset that it got canceled. People are telling Paramount Plus, we want more. We want more Section 31. Doing fine. People have been clamoring for a spinoff of Star Trek Picard called Star Trek Legacy. That's been all over the internet. People clamoring for that. And we have now filming in Canada, or may have completed filming by now, a brand new series that's going to debut called Star Trek Starfleet Academy, which looks like it's going to be amazing. Not only do you have Tawny Newsome in the writer's room, Tawny Newsome, who played Beckett Mariner on Lower Decks, is one of the writers, and she knows her Star Trek. But you have an all-star cast, including Oscar winners like Holly Hunter. Paul Giamatti's on this show. Tatiana Maslany, she didn't win an Oscar, but she's a great actress. Tatiana Maslany's on this show. And it's bringing back Star Trek veterans like Mary Wiseman, Tig Notaro, and Robert Picardo as the holographic doctor. This show looks like it's going to be insane. What a talent they put behind that show. Holly Hunter, you got an Oscar winner? Anyway, Section 31 comes out. Let me give you an example. I want to give you an example of the ridiculous hyperbole I've seen surrounding Section 31. This comes from the website The Digital Bits. This was written by Bill Hunt at The Digital Bits. Now, I want to be very, very clear about something. I like Bill Hunt. I like The Digital Bits. I've been visiting The Digital Bits since 1997. This is the website when it comes to physical media, DVD, Blu-ray. If you want to know about DVD and Blu-ray, you go to The Digital Bits. Bill Hunt does a great job. There he is. There's his picture right there. Bill Hunt is the founder and editor-in-chief of The Digital Bits and the co-author with Todd Dugan of the Amazon Top 50 best-selling book, The Digital Bits Insider's Guide to DVD. There you go. Launched the website in 1997. So Hunt is no slouch. He's a pretty accomplished guy. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Never met him in person, but my interactions with him on Facebook have been cordial. I have nothing bad to say about this guy. So I'm going to bring up something he wrote here that is stupid, and I'm going to call it out for being stupid, but I want to make it clear this isn't an attack on Bill Hunt, who I like. He's just got a crazy comment here that should be taken to task for how crazy it is. So this isn't a war on Bill Hunt. I like the guy. So on a post on The Digital Bits on January 30th, he posted that here's the headline: Arrow UK sets Leone's Dollars trilogy for 4K plus Paramount Section 31. Sony standalone Gandhi 4K Steelbook and 3D Film Archives. Bob Furmanek talks aspect ratios. So there you go. So first he's talking about the Man with No Name trilogy coming to 4K. Okay. But then we get to this. Also newly revealed today is the fact that Paramount plans to release the disastrous made-for-streaming movie Star Trek Section 31 on Blu-ray, 4K, Ultra HD, and 4K Steelbook format in the coming months. Street date is TBA, but look for it sometime in Q2. What chaps my ass about this is the fact that Secret Hideout probably spent the extra money to film and finish this dreck in actual 4K, while the endlessly superior Picard Season 3 was finished in 2K only. Newsflash, Picard Season 3 wasn't that great. It's a little overrated. It is. It's fan service. It's pure fan service. Fun, but not that good. Season 2 of Strange New Worlds, Season 5 of Lower Decks, much better than Season 3 of Picard. But anyway. But you know what? I'd much rather buy that on 4K because it still features 12-bit color and Dolby Vision HDR grade, and that information comes directly from Terry Metalis. So unsampled, it should look fantastic. Now here we go. This is where it really kicks in. At this point, I actually hope that Section 31 kills this franchise for a while. Really? Really? Star Trek needs a break. No, it doesn't. A reset with a new direction. No, it doesn't. And a new creative guidance. No, it doesn't. People that embrace the roots of its legacy, they got that. Of inspiration, those who seek to turn it into, not those who seek to turn it into glossy and grimmark space opera or reinvent it to be more like every other bubblegum space franchise. That says a whole lot without saying anything. Star Trek should be additive, not atomized and fractured. Let it lean into its strengths and be what it's always meant to be. The optimism that humanity needs now more than ever. Let Star Trek be Star Trek. Okay. Yeah, we're getting that. We're getting that right now. Thanks to Alex Kurtzman and Secret Hideout, we're getting that. It's called Strange New Worlds. We just got it with Discovery. Discovery ended its 5-season run. We're getting exactly what you asked for. I really take issue. You know, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not going to tell anyone what their fandom should be. But one thing that really, to quote Bill Hunt, chaps my ass, is when fans don't act like fans. And what I mean by that is it's okay not to like something. A thing you're a fan of could put out something that you don't care for. And that's fine, because all film is subjective. Let's take the Star Trek franchise, for example. I hate the movie Star Trek Nemesis. It's awful. Still the worst Star Trek movie ever made. Section 31, way better than Star Trek Nemesis. I also don't like Star Trek Into Darkness. The 2011 film, or 2009, that come out 2009? The 2009 film by J.J. Abrams, fantastic. Sequel, awful. I'll call Star Trek out when it's bad. Star Trek Nemesis is bad. Star Trek Into Darkness is bad. But you know what? I'm a fan of the franchise. And when those movies came out, I said I don't like those. But you know what I didn't say? I hope this kills Star Trek. What fan says that? I hope this kills Star Trek? No, you know what I said? I said, I hope the next one's better. I hope they do better the next time. That's what I said. And in both cases, they did. Star Trek Nemesis was followed up by the infinitely superior Star Trek 2009 by J.J. Abrams, much better than Nemesis. And Star Trek Into Darkness was followed up by the much better Star Trek Beyond by Justin Lin. So both times, yeah, the franchise faltered. And it got back up, dusted itself off, and did better the next time. And that's what a fan should want. A fan should want them to do better the next time. A fan shouldn't be actively rooting against the franchise. I hope this kills Star Trek. It's a movie, man. It's a movie. It's a 90-minute movie. It's 90 minutes of your life. You didn't like that 90 minutes? Don't revisit them. Because you're getting more Star Trek this year in Season 3 of Strange New Worlds. A show that is praised. Everybody loves it. Now, one of the criticisms I keep hearing, and I talked about this in my original review for Section 31, one of the criticisms I keep hearing is it's not Star Trek. I hate that. I hate that because it is so reductive. It is just, I mean, that is gatekeeping. That is gatekeeping. That's saying this is what Star Trek is. It's this, it's nothing else. Well, guess what? If you're a Star Trek fan, you got to recognize that Star Trek isn't just one thing. Star Trek is not just one thing. Star Trek is many things. Star Trek has always been many things. One thing I keep hearing in recent years is like with the J.J. Abrams franchise, the Kelvin timeline is, those are just action movies, man. Those are just action movies. You know, Star Trek always took a current event and did a sci-fi parallel. No, they didn't. Did they do that? Yes. Did they always do that? No, they didn't always do that. They didn't always do anything. They did that sometimes. Like the movie, the show Let That Be Your Last Battlefield with the half white, half black. One of those guys, by the way, the Sharon, is in Section 31. We haven't seen those guys since that episode of the original series. One of them's in Section 31. That episode did a parallel for racism. The people were half black, half white, but what side of your face was white? Was it the right side or the left side? It's a parallel for racism. So yes, they did do that. They did do those allegories. They also did The Trouble with Tribbles. That was a comedy. One of the most popular episodes of all time. So they didn't always do one thing. They always did many things. The most popular film in the Star Trek film franchise is Wrath of Khan. Pretty simple revenge story. So when people say Star Trek, this is not Star Trek, they're being very reductive and they're being very minuscule about what they want from Star Trek when Star Trek has never been all one thing. Now, this movie, Section 31, which I liked quite a bit, was a lot of fun. This movie happens to center on a cast of characters, most of whom aren't Starfleet. It's a little unusual. Most Star Trek movies center on a Starfleet crew. And if your idea of this is what Star Trek is, it's a crew on a spaceship exploring the universe, your view is a little narrow because Star Trek is a whole universe. And we've seen characters that exist outside of Star Trek in Star Trek before. I said this in my original review. Gene Roddenberry gave us characters like the characters we saw in Section 31. On the original series, characters like Harry Mudd, Cyrano Jones, these outsiders, these miscreants, the people who didn't exist within those strict Starfleet lines, they were there. They weren't the focus. This is the first time we're seeing the focus. But those characters, those kinds of characters, have been there since the beginning. Always have been. If this isn't something you want to see, don't watch it. That's fine. But if this kills the franchise for you, then I got to question whether you were really a fan to begin with. Because if your fandom is strong, one bad movie shouldn't be able to kill that franchise. Star Trek Nemesis was a bad movie. Didn't kill the franchise for me. My love for the franchise went on. I just didn't like that movie. Anytime somebody says the franchise is dead because of this one thing I didn't like, I really have to question their fandom. Because if you were that much of a fan, couldn't you withstand one film you didn't like? I can name every movie franchise that I love. Probably has a film I don't like in it. Probably every one. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Never cared for 6. Freddy's Dead. Never liked that one. Still like the rest of the movies. We can go down the list. You can name the Scream movies. Never really liked Scream 3. Still like the Scream movies. Star Wars. I hate the prequels. Still a Star Wars fan. If one thing can kill an entire franchise for you, how much did you really like that thing to begin with? It seems your fandom was very fragile. It seems like your fandom was like a house of cards and all you had to do was tap it and it fell down. That's just me. I don't get this. I don't understand this intense hatred for this movie. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. It's a one-off. And you know what? I love that they're doing stuff like this because I don't want Star Trek to be all one thing. The original Star Trek was a crew on a ship exploring the universe. Star Trek The Next Generation was a crew on a ship exploring the universe. Voyager, crew on a ship exploring the universe. Discovery, same thing. Enterprise, same thing. Strange New Worlds, same thing. They're all good. What's my favorite Star Trek? Deep Space Nine. First one to do something different. First one to break out of that format. We're going to put them on a space station. We're going to have them not go anywhere. The problems that they encounter are going to evolve from week to week because they didn't leave. They're still there. The decisions they make are going to come back to haunt them because they're still there. We're going to introduce the religious aspect. The captain is a religious figure. So different from what had been done on the original and the Next Generation. It's my favorite. And Alex Kurtzman is so smart because he's giving you traditional Star Trek in Star Trek Discovery, ship exploring the universe, Strange New World, ship exploring the universe. But he's also saying, if we're going to have multiple projects, it can't all be one thing. Now we're going to do Starfleet Academy. So yeah, you'll get your starship-based Star Trek on Strange New Worlds. But also down here on Earth at Starfleet Academy, this is what's happening planet side. These are the people learning. This is the next generation of Starfleet crew. It's different. It's different. And if you're going to have 2 Star Trek shows running concurrently, why shouldn't they be different? Otherwise, it's just the same show twice. It's CSI Miami and CSI New York. Only the location has changed. Alex Kurtzman went and gave us something very, very different with Section 31. I love that. Maybe the movie doesn't work for you. Okay. Don't watch it. Watch it once, see if you like it. If you don't like it, don't watch it again. It shouldn't be able to hurt your love of the franchise, because if it can, your love of that franchise was a house of cards waiting to topple over anyway. That's all I have to say. Section 31's coming to 4K. I've already pre-ordered my copy. Can't wait to get my hands on it. I love that movie. It's not my favorite Star Trek movie. It's not my least favorite Star Trek movie. It falls somewhere in the middle, but I really enjoyed it. Watched it twice. Going to watch it again when it hits 4K. And I hope we get a sequel. I'd love a series. I'd love a series with this group of characters. Fun characters. All right, everybody. Keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.